So you want to know the fastest way to kill your hourly rate as a freelance writer? It's not taking into account the research you're going to have to do for a specific piece when you are bidding out the project. Fortunately, there is one super easy way that you can make the research process way faster for all of your jobs moving forward, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, first off, something you need to keep in mind when it comes to research. If you are doing a 500 to 700 word post, you don't need to do that much research. That is an overview piece. You're not getting down into the nitty gritty and details of a topic in only 500 to 700 words. So don't spend hours doing research for a post that doesn't need hours of research. This is a trap I see a lot of beginners fall into. They think they need to know everything about a specific topic, and so they spend hours and hours and hours for a post they're making 125 bucks on, only to realize like, oh, I didn't really need to do any of that because I at least knew enough to write the overview. So you should keep that in mind. But for a lot of the posts you're going to write, as you get into more in-depth pieces, you are going to need to do some research. So how do you keep yourself from having to spend hours of extra work for every article you write doing research? Well, there's one thing I do that has made all the difference in the world, and that's I create a resource pack. So what's a resource pack? Well, for me, I'm going to take a few hours and I'm going to find as many resources as I can about that topic, and I'm going to put it in one place. So I use Notion, you can use Evernote, you can use Dropbox, you can use Google Drive, whatever works for you. You should have just a place where you have a ton of resources, a ton of facts, a ton of articles, a ton of studies, all sitting there in one spot. So whether you're a specialist where you just focus on one niche and one industry as a freelancer, or you're a generalist, you're still probably going to be writing multiple articles about the same general topic. Even if you're a generalist, you're going to have clients that need you to write about the same industry. So even if you're not an expert in TV cable boxes, if a cable company hires you to write some articles for them, you're probably going to have to write multiple articles about cable and cable boxes and things like that. So generally speaking, when you are writing for a client, you want to link to things, you want to reference things that are up to date. So you generally don't want to use anything more than 2 to 3 years old. Every couple months, I'll go through and I'll spend an hour looking for more resources, more studies, more information. And if I get stuff that ends up being a little bit outdated, 4 or 5 years old, then I'll replace that with the newer information. When I'm doing this, I'm usually looking for 3 specific types of information that are going to be credible for most clients. So the first type of information is the most credible, and that's anything coming from a government agency. So if a government agency puts out a study or they put out some facts around a specific topic, most clients are going to say, cool, that's credible, that works, we can reference that. So after government agencies, the next type of information I look for is generally anything from like universities or medical journals. So anything from the Mayo Clinic, Harvard Business Review, New England Journal of Medicine, things like that. Any of those types of organizations carry a lot of respect. So if you are linking from them or if you are referencing facts that they put out, that's something that clients are usually going to be okay with. So the third type of information I look for is information from larger companies that fund studies. So it could be an independent research company, or say you're looking for accounting information. So companies like KPMG, Deloitte, they spend a lot of money funding studies and getting information. So if you're referencing a study that they've done, that could be a great resource for your client work. So what I've found in doing this is it kind of reverses the way you think about writing an article. Often you'll come up with an idea and then you'll go search for something to support that article. But if you have a bunch of facts, a bunch of figures, a bunch of research, and you generally know what's there, then when you're writing, you can look for ways to insert the information that you've already got. But by doing this, you end up using more credible sources as opposed to finding the random blogger with the blog post from 2012 that backed up the story you were trying to say, but probably isn't going to be credible enough for the clients that you're working for. So obviously this works especially well if you are a specialized freelancer and you work in one specific niche or one specific industry. But even as a generalist, with each client you have, that client is going to be in a specific niche. So if a client hires you to write 10 articles, there's a good chance those 10 articles are all going to be within the same industry. So spending a couple hours to put together your war chest of information for that industry is going to be really valuable. And then if down the line you end up getting another job in that same industry, boom, you've already got all the research. So you're really just building a long-term asset here that you can turn to and use for different clients. So there you go. My name's Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Location Rebel, where we teach you how to make money with your words. Whether it's through blogging, freelancing, affiliate marketing, if you want to make money with your words on the internet, that's what Location Rebel is all about. So hit the subscribe button if you got some value out of this. Give it also maybe the thumbs up. I like thumbs ups. And if you go to locationrebel.com/hi, we have a free 6-day course that's going to walk you through everything you need to know to begin a freelance writing business of your own. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you got some use out of this video, and go build your resource pack now. You can either watch this video here or go spend 2 hours and build your resource pack for your niche. Trust me, it's time well spent. We'll see you later.